Good evening. It's day 14. It's been a fortnight of the challenge, and yes, it hasn't been easy if I'm entirely honest. I don't know why that is. I think part of that is that in order to make this work, there needs to be feedback. There needs to be a relationship. Any kind of relating is a relationship. And the joke I always make about that is like, is it a relationship or is it a relation dingy? And like, but yeah, so for anything to work, it needs to have equal energy, kind of. Yeah, so yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that. But this thing of equal energy, it's like kind of a theme at the moment. I've been quite shocked tonight. I've had an awesome day. Like everything, yeah, everything is going exactly to plan. Everything is going smoothly with my creations and my projects and everything that I'm making. And it just feels beautiful. It feels like effortless. Even designing the poster today for the launch party. It was sort of a collaboration with a young artist who had given me her design, and then the friend of mine that helps me with tech stuff, and and then just like me in between going, initially, sort of, well, I really want to use her designs because she's helped so much, and I want to and then I was like, Suze, what do you want? Like, just look at this. What do you want? And then it just happened, like in 2 seconds, and it was beautiful. And then this artist was locked out of her house, so I said to come round and hang here. And she introduced me to some really hilarious drag queen comedy. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. It was really great. It was so brilliantly edited. So this drag queen called Katya. It's just amazing, and it was just so good to belly laugh, to like just laugh so hard, and this girl is suffering from depression, or this young woman is suffering from depression, and yeah, and just to look at her knowing that if that were me at her age of 19, I would have also been in that same place as she was, and to be able to go, I don't know if you can flip it, but I tell you what, if you have any opportunity to flip it now, like to just stay in a state of gratitude and just like overdose on everything that's good. I don't know, just otherwise you could literally, if you take that slide down to depression, like if you commit to it, if you give it that much energy, yeah, I don't know, it just suddenly occurred to me, maybe you can actively, there's a book called Telling Yourself the Truth, and it uses very strong descriptive words. It's tired, so my brain's not working. I've done a lot of work today, a lot of decision making, but it even refers to things as treating depression like it's the devil. So you actually, if you start to get depressed, it's almost like you go, you know, get out, devil. It's like the Florence and the Machine song. It's hard to dance with the devil on your back, so shake it off. And maybe it's seeing it as an entity, a bit like, that's kind of got into your body or something, and you literally have to be like, oh, get out, and I've had this kind of experience as well with the way that some people have been treating me. And there's been a couple of experiences that have all been quite similar from a few different people. I don't know. And it's so weird because it's at a point where I'm really happy with my life. I'm so content to make my creative content and prepare all this all these different projects that I'm working on. There's so many of them, so many. And it's so exciting because, you know, with each different project, they have different branding, they have different colors, they have different logos, you know, different ideas. And I don't know, each one has so many different, I don't know, it's interesting. And my dream this year was to be collaborating, which is totally happening. I'm collaborating with the tech stuff, so she knows my brain so well. We were designing the new, not really the logo, but the writing for my new club, the Creative Rebel Club, and I was like, I think we could dot the I with a pink. That might jazz it up a bit. And I said, it's not rebellious enough, or it's not, it's just like, and literally in my mind, I was thinking, oh, maybe we could underline the word like in pink. And literally as I was thinking it, she started doing it. I was like, this is amazing. Yeah, and tomorrow I have a workshop that I'm giving with a creativity coach who has teamed up with me, and he loves working with me. And we were talking on the phone for an hour today, just planning it. Oops, I said I was going to send him a brief outline. No, I said I did. I said I'd send it to him tomorrow, I think. So, but anyway, we had an hour talk, and it's just wonderful. The ideas just fly, and it's like, okay, we've got the whole workshop worked out, and in the boardroom that we've been given by WeWork in Tower Bridge, is they give you a ping pong table. And last time we had the ping pong table and we didn't use it in the class, you know, in the workshop. But because this workshop is about getting people back in touch with their authentic self, with that playful side, the side that is expansive and creative, and you know, like how kids get in the zone. We want people to get into that space where they're not sort of thinking and analysing and, you know, oh, my 5-year plan, you know. And so I was like, let's just get the ping pong table out. And so he's like, well, let's take it one step further or something, like, I don't know, when someone says something that, I don't know, you know, just kind of just adding all this stuff in so that it's constant games throughout the thing. And I was like, I don't know if we're going to pull it off, but it sounds great. So yeah, it was one of my dreams this year, was to collaborate, and that's happening. And I know everything is wonderful, but I have been shocked by a few men. I got asked out by someone who asked me out a long time ago, and then didn't get into contact for like 7 weeks. Like, it's just weird. And then I was in a coffee shop, and this guy just got really like, I don't know, like just really dreamy. But I just thought he was gay because we were very close to Soho, and I just assumed he was. And then I was like, he's not gay, because I think he's like, and when he got up to leave, like, he really wanted to like hug me and kiss me on the cheeks and stuff. And I was like, I think this is the new metrosexual thing. And I'm like, not that it's new, but you know, it's, I don't know. So yeah, I was like, I am way confused what's going on. And then someone else was just like, I don't know, just behavior shocked me. It's just been shock. And I sometimes wonder, when things like that happening, why is that happening in our lives? Why is that happening in our lives? And I don't believe that anything, I don't know, I'm one of these people that I love to find meaning in everything. It's interesting, it's exciting, it just plumps stuff out, and it's like, I don't know, I love seeing the invisible threads, and I believe that they are there, particularly in language, particularly in silence, in all kinds of things, and in meanness, when people are mean. You know, when I actually join the threads, I often realize that they're angry either with themselves or the actions they've taken that have given them the results, and that's why they're taking it out on me, etc. I can literally flip it so I can feel what's going on with them sometimes. And yeah, it just amazes me when people are mean. Like, I don't know, it's just, it shocks me when people are mean. It still shocks me. Yeah, or when people are rude, or I don't know, it's just, I know that I'm making no sense when I say this, but it really shocks me when people are mean and rude. And, you know, as I didn't get around finishing it, but I started listening to a TED talk on the scapegoat, and I think there's been a lot in the media about gaslighting, and that's, you know, along the lines of the scapegoat and type thing, and yeah, there's this way of being mean where if you're the one responsible, if you're the one sort of maybe causing the pain or the disruption, or you're the one actually behaving badly, and you can't own up to your own BS, you can't own up to you just can't be responsible for the consequences or the actions that you're causing. So instead of just owning it, people flip it to make the other person out to be in the wrong. Like, so they make out them to be the one that's behaving badly, and that they're being difficult or by not giving this person what they want. And yeah, and I'm starting to realize that's gaslighting. That's when, and it literally does make the other person crazy, because it's nothing more crazy making than someone behaving badly and then making you believe that you are the hysterical one. Like, if you respond angrily or if you respond in shock, then they make you out to be difficult, hysterical, crazy, you know, like, yeah. And you're not at all. You're actually having a very honest, real response to someone's bad behavior. But they won't allow, I don't know, themselves to admit that they have bad behavior, or they get very, very angry if other people see through them and see that they're behaving badly, because they were hoping to get away with the bad behavior. Like, and then you call them on it, and then they tell you that that you have issues or something. It's like, oh my god, I'm like, yeah, oh my goodness. You know, and the thing is, I hate the word empath. I think it's a bit of a naff word, but I am empathic. I get it. I know what's going on. I pretty much can feel everything that everyone is going on pretty much at any given moment. And I'm not boasting. I'm saying it's a pain in the arse. Like, it really is, you know, to feel so much all the time. It is exhausting. I do need downtime to process all the information, because I literally feel sadness, which is why I don't read newspapers. I just don't need that extra weight and sadness, because I already feel it. And to be honest, I feel like I've had so much of that carrying around in my life for so long that actually I need things to be light now. So no, I don't want to carry other people's sadness and anger, and I'm not willing to be the scapegoat or the dustbin for other people to just hurl their anger and their frustration on me, or just use me because they're pissed off with some shit that happened to them 20 years ago, etc. No. And the interesting thing is that when you stop, it's almost like the universe will just keep sending more to you, almost to test you, to see if you really mean what you say. It's really funny when that happens. Like, oh, so annoying. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, real nasty vibe around that. I feel like I need to waft some sage or something. Whoa. Oh, I'm just like, ugh. Yeah, just a really, really, really negative vibe. Really, really shockingly negative vibe. Yeah, so I just did a little process, which, you know, you only say words like process when you've been in shitloads of therapy, but I don't even like the word anymore, because it's become so irritating, where people are like, I can't speak to you right now. I'm in my process, you know. But anyway, it's basically an app, and is pretty great, because if you were someone that wasn't allowed to express feelings when you were young, you often don't know what a feeling is. So that's why people, when you say how you feeling, they'll say, oh, not too bad. And you're like, well, funny enough, not too bad, or fine. It doesn't really come under feelings in the dictionary. And you realize that you have to actually find specific words to express those different feelings. And they have categories like sadness, helplessness, powerlessness, depressed, happy, angry, etc. Like obviously there's the negative ones and there's the positive ones. And then under those categories of depression, helpless, I'm trying to think what the other ones were, anger, etc., or indifference, etc., it will then have loads of words. And when you use this app to start really going, oh, what is it I feel, and actually finding the right word, is really interesting. Or I find it interesting because you actually get to understand yourself better. And obviously here in England, everyone's like, oh, people don't like it if you spend time on yourself. People, it's so selfish, so self-involved, so self-centered. But the thing is, we are a reflection of other people. Like we are exactly the same. So the more I get to know myself as a being, as an entity, as a human, like with all my mess, and as more I can love and accept that mess, the more I can love and accept the mess of other people, And that doesn't mean you take on their shit. It doesn't mean that you just accept whatever they throw at you. But you can still, no matter what they throw at you, just still love and understand it. And I had an experience maybe a year or two ago. It was around the time of my art exhibition in the Dominican Republic. And there was the angriest man I've ever met in my life. And like, verbally angry. Like, just every word was just, plosive, really, really angry. And I don't know why, but I don't know. The way I received him was as if I had a hand here and his anger was just, literally. And I don't know why I did that, and I don't know why I took on that role. I have no idea. Like, I don't know, maybe it's the natural healer in me. I don't know, but that's what I did instinctively, and I stuck with it, and I stuck with him for 5 days, hanging out with him and another friend. And he told me that when I left, he cried for the first time in, I don't know, I think he said when he was 12 was the last time he cried, and I think he was 40 or 42. So yeah, he hadn't cried in, sorry, I'm really tired. So 30 years maybe, he was saying he hadn't cried. And yeah, he said he cried twice in 2 days. Which I think is great, honestly. I think it's so, so wonderful. Like, grief is really what is underneath the anger. So anytime anyone's angry, actually underneath it, they're really sad, And yeah, I do feel like I've really lifted a lot of this stuff now, and I just don't feel it. I mean, I feel shock and pain when other people are mean and everything, but a lot of this stuff I don't feel like it's mine anymore. I don't feel like it's mine. Like, I think a lot of the stuff that I sometimes think is mine is actually I'm just processing all the other things that people have dumped on me. And now that I no longer allow them to dump it on me, like I don't get so sad all the time. When someone personally is mean to you, yeah, you have to process it. I can't think of a better word, but you have to assimilate it. You have to just let the feelings like, oof, it doesn't feel nice. It's like, so it's almost like, doing an emotional laxative. You kind of have to like let it in and feel it, and then like, let it out, And sometimes that's from exercise, sometimes that's from punching bags, or, but sometimes it's just sitting and feeling it, letting the tears come, letting the anger come, whatever, It's okay, it's fine, it's normal. Like ducks get angry all the time, but they just shake the wings and off they go again, Anyway, I didn't mean this to be such a long one tonight, but yeah. Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not really being very articulate tonight. I'm kind of a bit all over the place because I think I'm in shock. Like I'm just so shocked. I'm just so shocked at how some people behave. And I know that I've said this before, but I think it's because underneath it all, I honestly, I think I do have this naivety perhaps that I expect people to show me their best or to behave well, or I don't know, I really expect it no matter how badly they behave, no matter how many times they keep showing me bad behavior. I'm such an annoying hopeful that I expect even after all the bad behavior that I'm gonna get, like, that they're just gonna suddenly like switch on this switch and like, and then when they don't, I'm really shocked. It's like, oh, I think I'm annoyingly hopeful. I'm annoyingly hopeful. Oh dear, never mind. But anyway, I'm annoyingly happy. I have to say, I'm really happy. I'm just really happy. Like, I'm doing exactly what I want to do. Life feels really, really good, and I know that there's more around the corner. There's more to create. It's really exciting. You know, there's still skills I don't have that I want to develop. You know, and I am looking forward to, if you know, we get the Patreon up and if there is money coming in, or when there's money coming in, you know, that I can get a good microphone, that I can even invest in a video camera, that, you know, just learn editing. I'd love to really learn editing. Yeah, so I can just do this all day, making creative content in every single different form, vlogging, making music. I'm having singing lessons soon, so I'm very excited because that is something I've wanted my whole life, to be able to sing, and it's never really had time or money. With everything else that I've done, it's never, don't know, just never found its way. I think also I had a huge block because it was just so vulnerable to sing. Yeah, it was just, when you love something a lot, to be rejected for that is way too hard. And I think I'd already been through way too much of a rejection with you know, the shit that went down with ballet, and I was just like, not willing to take that much of a vulnerable risk anymore. So now I'm like, fuck it. Who gives a flying fuck? Because too many fucks have been given. And I'm not looking to get up on stage and be Mariah Carey. Like, that's just never going to happen. So that might be a good thing. So you know, but there's absolutely no reason why I can't produce music and learn to produce music and, you know, play with my voice and play with other people's voice and create tracks that are inspiring and uplifting and fun. Like, there's absolutely no reason why I or anyone can't learn to do that. And that's super exciting because music is a huge, huge passion to me. And dancing, obviously, and music videos. Oh gosh, I could make and watch music videos all day long. Like, I haven't done for a long time, but I know I love them. I really, really love them. So anyway, I'm getting all emotional now, like, just at the excitement and the possibility. And I just pray that, like, yeah, I don't know. I pray that it comes together, but I just feel like it is. Yeah, like, yeah. Strange vlog tonight. Okay. Well, anyway, have a good night.